Yo guys, what's going on? Acez is here today with another video. In today's video, we are going to be doing my 100-hour review for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Is it good? Is it bad? What do I like? What don't I like? That's what we're going to talk about here today, guys. Do me a favor, make sure you're dropping a like, and of course, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. So I have played all three modes available to me in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. At the time of recording, Warzone 2 and DMZ is not available, but I've seen gameplay, but since I haven't played it personally, I'm not going to talk about it in the video here today. We're going to start with co-op because that is the mode that I have the least amount of time on. I would say I have about 5 hours in the co-op mode. And honestly, besides the low-profile mission, the Mount Zaya Defender mission, that one's really fun. I really enjoyed that one. I've done that one the most. The Denied Area mission, where you have to destroy SAM turrets and stuff, that one's all right, but getting 3 stars on it is actually pretty difficult. And the low profile, I can never find a good enough teammate to where I can complete the mission. But overall, co-op feels really smooth, really clean. Some things I don't like about it is if you don't get a teammate, you literally have to just restart. You cannot do it solo. It is impossible to do the mission solo. And honestly, the fact that they can restart the mission on their own, I don't know if that's patched yet, but that's kind of whack. And also, there is a decent amount of crashing in co-op as of early November. So hopefully that does get fixed. That's probably an NVIDIA issue. That seemed to fix a lot of crashing for a lot of people. So hopefully in the future that gets fixed. Now let's talk about campaign. Personally, I thought the campaign was a 10 out of 10 campaign, but I do want to also preface that I think every single Call of Duty campaign is very well done. It tells a really great story. Sometimes it's a bit lengthy, sometimes it's not. I would say in comparison to Vanguard, this campaign blows it out of the water. But when it comes to Modern Warfare 2019, I don't know. I think the Modern Warfare 2019 campaign was absolutely phenomenal. But I also thought this campaign in Modern Warfare 2 was also very good. If I had to give those three that I just mentioned a rating out of 10, I would give Modern Warfare 2019 a 10 out of 10 rating. I would give Modern Warfare 2 a 10 out of 10 rating. And I would give Vanguard anywhere from an 8.5 to a 9.5 out of 10 rating. So hopefully that helps you understand a little bit more where I'm ranking the campaigns at. But I think Call of Duty campaigns are a staple and they are phenomenal each and every year a new Call of Duty title comes out. Now, when it comes to bugginess of the campaign, honestly, I didn't experience much, but I've heard that some others have. But me personally, the entire playthrough was very, very enjoyable, and I would play it again, and I probably will in the future. Now to the main part of the video. You wanted to come here for the multiplayer, and I want to give you a little bit of background about me so you know what kind of player I am. Me personally, before all the SBMM, let's just take Black Ops 3 for example, I was definitely a submachine gun player who would push any and everything, and when there was a large skill gap like jetpacks, it was honestly one of the funnest things to just absolutely dominate lobbies, especially when you're using your VMP and you are flying around Nuketown playing uplink and dropping 90 to 100 kills every map. It's a lot of fun. But as the games progressed, and primarily in Modern Warfare 2019, around Season 4, Season 5, when the skill-based matchmaking really got cranked up, that's when things really did change. In the last few years of Call of Duty, I have switched from being an aggressive SMG player to more of a slower, more tactically paced AR player, and I think a lot of that actually comes from me spending so much time on Escape From Tarkov the last 3 years, have over 2,500 hours on that game, so that game might actually be the reason for my conversion. Now, when it comes to Modern Warfare 2, I gotta say that SMGs are the worst experience I've ever had in a Call of Duty game to date, but when it comes to slow playing an AR, slow playing your corners, slow playing everything, ARs are heavily rewarded. And especially if you're on controller, the aim assist is absolutely insane this year. When it comes to sniping, sniping is really strong, and other weapons like shotguns and LMGs feel really fun to use. Matter of fact, the only weapons that feel underpowered are the SMGs and the M16 as of early November. The multiplayer maps aren't anything special. There are some that definitely stand out. I think every single beta map is pretty darn fun. We have some licensing issues with some of the maps being real-life locations, so we'll see if they stick around. That's definitely something worth talking about, considering that they could be removed and they are not available for the competitive playlist or competitive players as of right now in early November. But the overall multiplayer experience is extremely sweaty, and you are not rewarded for doing good. Matter of fact, you are rewarded for doing poorly, because the worse you do, the easier your lobbies get. The better you do, the harder your lobbies get. If you have one game where you go 40-10, the next 5 games are going to be absolute hell. The skill-based matchmaking is definitely at the same exact level it's been at the last 3 years. Honestly, I think because of some of the skill gap being removed due to Activision or Infinity Ward removing bunny hopping, slide canceling, and other advanced movements, I think the game actually feels a little bit easier since the skill gap has actually been reduced. So the players that are cracked out of their minds don't really have an option anymore, and either they're just not playing or they're just taking the game a little less serious and they're just kind of enjoying Call of Duty for once, and that's kind of how I feel. The camo grind is extremely enjoyable, nothing like Modern Warfare 2019, where it took me 2 months to get Damascus. I'm already well on my way to getting Road to Polyatomic finished here on the channel, and at the same time, working my way up to the newest Mastery camo, Orion, which looks pretty cool. I'm hoping a couple changes happen to it. The UI in the multiplayer is absolutely horrid and horrendous. That's not something I'm going to show you here on the screen, but just know if you like a good UI, you're not going to find it with Modern Warfare 2. The amount of crashing is absolutely ridiculous, and when it comes to just overall experience of the multiplayer right now, it seems to kind of lack content when it comes to the physical aspects of the game, but overall, personally, I'm super excited and happy to continue playing a modern Call of Duty. I will play Modern Warfare 2 any day of the week, any year, any month over Call of Duty Vanguard. Vanguard was probably just as bad as Call of Duty World War II or whatever the hell it was called. Sledgehammer, please do us all a favor. Don't fuck up the content expansion pack for year 2 of Modern Warfare 2. So, guys, if I had to give a multiplayer a rating, honestly, I'm going to rate it a solid 8. I really enjoy it compared to previous Call of Duty, so maybe it's a little bit of a honeymoon phase right now, but compared to Modern Warfare 2019, I would say the biggest downgrade is the movement, not being able to slide cancel around everywhere and bunny hop, creating less of a skill gap. At the end of the day, just creates rattier and more campy players. But at the end of the day, like I said, I really do enjoy the game over Vanguard. So I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 on the multiplayer. If I had to give the game a rating overall, it's getting a solid 9 from me. And I am the first person to bitch about Call of Duty, but I'm actually really enjoying this one. And it does actually feel kind of like the good old days of Call of Duty, minus all the good stuff like barracks and stats and really fun game chat and so many more nostalgia things that we can think about and talk about for Call of Duty. Guys, it's going to be my 100-hour review for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, sponsors, and equipment description below. It's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm out.